Well, with this girl in the chute, it does not take a hoof care professional to see which foot is the problem here. Welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. Usually with lameness this pronounced, you can see exactly what the problem is right off. But not this time. Let's get it cleaned up a little bit for a closer look. You can hear by the sound of this hoof how hard and dry it is. A wash down with a hose wouldn't be very effective right here. After getting most of the debris cleared away, this is the only mark here that's even questionable. The interdigital space is clear, so let's get this hoof trimmed up. Now there's little clues that hoof trimmers use when problems aren't that obvious. And this is one of those right here. Notice how I'm trimming this claw right now. She's not really moving too much. But when I switch to this claw, notice her leg move a little bit. That's telling me there's sensitivity in this claw. So that's where I'm going to focus when I'm looking for this particular problem. As I'm working on this foot, I notice out of the corner of my eye a cow looking at her reflection in the side of my truck. And then she turns as if she wants to butt heads with her reflection, and then it's time to shoo her away. That could have gotten expensive. Now back to this foot. Now there's nothing really obvious that's jumping out. These claws look pretty good. The only thing that does really jump out is this white line like I pointed out before. There is some redness in there. That's really all I've got to go on, so I need to investigate that closer. Before I do that, I want to make sure this interdigital cleft area is thoroughly clean and there's nothing I'm missing there, because I'm really here speculating. I think this is where the problem is, so I'm going to investigate closer. I don't want to take any of this away if I don't have to, but right now, this is my most likely area for this problem to be. What I'm hoping for is to find a little spot of fluid or a little crack that can guide me to keep going further. When nothing appears, I check for temperature differences between the two claws, and I notice there is a little bit of heat in this medial claw, and she is a little more sensitive on that, remember from earlier. So I'm going to go a little bit further and see if I find anything. After going a bit further, I want to look really closely at that white line, and what I see is that it's really clean. All of that redness has gone away. I don't see anything here left to really make me want to keep going on that, make me think that the problem is actually there. So I'm going to stop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a block on that other claw. I'm thinking that there's some type of injury on the inside. Maybe she sprained it a little bit or something like that. Nothing is jumping out on the outside. So my thought is if I put a block on this inside claw, at least then that'll take the pressure off of this, and I'll be able to conclusively identify which claw is the problem, if nothing else. If I put this block on and it's the wrong claw, well, she's definitely not going to walk on it. If it is the right claw, at least then we'll provide some relief for that claw until we can figure out exactly what is going on here. If it's an injury or if there's an abscess that's just starting way in there. While that block cures, let's have ourselves a little treat. Yum. Can you sit? Good job. If you didn't know, dogs absolutely love hoof chips. Good job. Delicious. All right, back to work here. We're going to put this foot down really carefully and see if she puts weight on it. Well, sure enough she is, which is great. But how does she walk? Well, much better than she did coming in. Hopefully that block gives that claw some time to rest.